Today has got to have been the most eventful Wednesday in a long time. Because, most of my Wednesdays are honestly not that eventful because I have work, I have one class, and then I have 2 hours between that, and then I have another class, and then that's my day. And then church at night. But today, so much happened today because okay, one, we never have chapel on Wednesdays. It's always something else, like collegiate meetings. Today we had a freshman meeting. And today's meeting was about the election of the freshman class officers, which Caleb Alma, who is somebody that went to the church that owns my high school, so I, like, all my friends know him. I know him now that we're here. I met him a couple days in, and we're friends. But anyway, he's running for chaplain, which is cool. So I voted for him. I think he has a pretty good chance. I know there's another guy that a lot of people are voting for, but who knows? Maybe he'll pull it out. It's whatever God wants it to be. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know any of the other candidates, but I feel like all the ones that I voted for have a pretty good chance of making it. But yeah, so that was interesting. After that, I went to lunch with Carson, Caleb, and two other guys that I didn't know, but they're friends with Carson and Caleb. So, oh my goodness, this is funny. I got my cheeseburger, and I was on my way to sit down. I couldn't find them for a minute because I didn't really know where they were. Carson had told me, "Oh, we're on the right side," and I was like, "That's so helpful. I know exactly what that means." But yeah, I found them eventually, but not before. I was wandering around, and I literally, the tomato that I had on my burger just slid off my plate and just smacked on the ground. And I just kind of looked at it and was like, and then I picked it up and I put it through the dish return. Because there's no trash cans anywhere, or else I would have thrown it in a trash can. But I couldn't, so, I just had to throw it in there. And they must have been pretty confused. But I had to go back and get another tomato. And then I found them, and I sat down, and I had lunch. But that was good. After lunch, I headed back to the room for a little bit before class because I still had some time left. I actually went to a study group for the first time with my collegian, which, literally it was me, the one other guy that's in my collegian that lives on my floor, and then the desk worker that was there. So, hey, I got points for just being there. So, that happened. But while we were there, we had this great idea about making an out of context quotes for the collegian, which is pretty cool. Oops. I think it would be really funny if it was like a Discord channel, or maybe even like an account, just like so that people can follow it and see all the funny little quotes that we're having. For example, we already have a couple. For example, somebody, I don't know who it was, couldn't have been me, said, "As they say, Mein Kampf, that means let them eat cake in Mexican." Someone said that. Some uneducated person said that. We also have Wall. That's the guy that lives on my floor. He's actually just a couple rooms down. He said Wall. It was funny. And then also, I ate freshmen. The president said that. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. I don't even remember what the context was for that one, but I wrote it down because it was funny. Also, not only were freshman class officer elections today, but also collegiate officer elections, or nominations for the elections, have opened up today, which I found out that apparently I am allowed to run for collegiate officer Because the requirements are you have to have completed 2 semesters at PCC. This is going to be my first one, but I did take a dual enrollment class last year, so apparently that counts as a whole semester. So I could run for president if I wanted. Am I going to? No, but I've been thinking about running for maybe vice president, just because, it's not all the responsibility of the president, but you still get to be involved in everything, and you're still like that's up there in leadership. I feel like that would be really cool, but I'm not sure. I feel like I might need to. Okay, on the one hand, if I did run, freshman year is not going to be like super busy. I'll have a lot of time to do whatever I need to do with the collegian. But on the other hand, I feel like I would need a little bit more experience, There was one other argument for that, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, I talked to the current vice president today, and I was like, oh yeah, I've been thinking about it. I don't really know though. And he was like, oh yeah, man, that's really cool. And he told me like what all goes into being a vice president and like everything that he does. So yeah, I don't know. I might talk to the president about it later. But we'll see. I have until Sunday night to make a decision if I'm gonna run or not, and then the elections take place on Tuesday, I think. So, I don't know. We'll see. I think that would be really cool, but I'm just not sure about it yet. Oh, you know what's dumb? We're starting on a new project in one of my classes. And it's another painting project. I sure do love painting. I don't even remember what I got in the last one. I think it's in here. Okay. Let me find it real quick. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, I don't know where it went, but I didn't do terribly on it. This next one is not gonna be great though, because the project is we have to make a color wheel, but not a regular color wheel. It has to be a color wheel where it's light on the outside and then goes darker as it goes in. So I'm gonna need, I did the math earlier, I don't remember what it was. 3 primary, 3 intermediate, and then 6 more. No, 3 primary, 3 secondary, 6 intermediate. Math. 12, that's 12 colors. And then like 5 different shades for each of them. What's 12 times 5? 60. It's 60. This is why I'm not a math major. Yeah, I need 60 different shades of color. So I went out and I had to buy $30 worth of more paint because I had to get paint for this project, which is kind of dumb. Also, it's not just a regular round color wheel. We have to like design it into a shape or something to make it interesting and not just a wheel. So now I have to come up with something, and I don't I don't want to do that. The good news is I did finish the project that's due tomorrow. Hold on. Right here. Boom. Hold on, slide. Boom. I think she looks really good. I'm very proud of this. I think I have a chance of getting a pretty good grade. I feel like I can get an A on this. It's really nice. Also, I might have told you the other night, but when I transferred that onto the board, I accidentally transferred it backwards. I probably already told you this, but I have another one. Will I fill it in? Maybe. I might. I'm thinking about it just for fun, but at the same time, I already spent a full 16 hours on that. I spent 2 more hours tonight at the VP after church working on that with the boys. And by the boys, again, I mean the girls that are in my art class, because there's no boys in there. But yeah, I spent a grand total of 16 hours working on that in the past 3 days. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna hope that nothing happens to that before noon tomorrow. And yeah, that was pretty much today. Oh, I had dinner with my collegians tonight. That was cool. I love Wednesdays are good because not a lot's going on, and then collegiate dinner, church. My vice president is working in the residence hall stores on the first floor in my dorm building, and so I usually go hang out with him for a minute. So yeah, it's been a good day. So I will see how tomorrow goes.